Alright, and we're live again. Right as I get a day horde here saying hello. So let me try and take those out before they mess up my spikes. How's everyone doing today? Headshot galore. Alright, almost done with these jokers. Alright, that was the last one, I think. Nice, some loot. Loot, loot, loot. Hope everyone is wonderful today. And doing great, doing wonderful. Let's see what's... I don't need all of these. And let's get rid of all this. No, Krishna, I don't think you're late. I think you're early or right on time, depending on how you look at it. What the? A straggling nurse? That's surprising. Any more stragglers? Maybe she was stuck on that rock, actually. That's possible. But let's see if we can make our way out and clean things up without getting jumped. I think there's something here as well. Yep, probably a screamer though. Yep, looks like a screamer. I don't think you missed much, Krishna. How are things, Belle? Everything going well? Let's do a little bit of cleanup here. See if there's anything interesting in all these corpses. And get the bones. Ouch. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Too bad there's not much good loot in the zombies nowadays. Used to be you get a horde and you're like excited to loot and get some nice stuff, but nowadays it's a little bit underwhelming. Some cat food doesn't quite entice me. Some sham sandwiches. Cool. That's a good build. I'll probably do a stream tomorrow. On the multiplayer server, but I do some single player today because I know a lot of people are working. Thank you. I think that, yeah, I think the pole fence should be alright. I did upgrade it to reinforced concrete, and you know, putting in the steel spikes and stuff like that will help with dogs and, you know, crawlers that might get stuck there. I think that'll be good. Let's see if there's, I think that, oh, there's one more here. And one more, two more here. Some food. Ooh. See, that was probably the only one good thing. I don't think there's anything else here. Which is the treasure map. Treasure maps are always good. Not that you necessarily need a lot of money after a while. Alright. Let's get back here. And there's another screamer. A pizza screamer. Actually, let's do a once over around the perimeter here. See if there's anything else stuck. Yep. That's a good thing of having fences. You catch all the screamers. Oh, and another treasure map. Nice. Are They walk up, they die, and that's it. Just saves you the trouble of them screaming because they see you, because they're all dead on the fence. And some running shoes. Must have been a feral screamer because they always run. Alright, and here I think we are pretty okay. Not too bad. So I did actually an offline test with a copy of the save. I cranked up the game stage to the max, which is like 4,000 plus. And I ran it with 8 concurrent zombies, just the way it is now. No, I didn't make any changes. And I didn't really do any preparations either. And it actually went surprisingly well with 8 concurrent zombies, even at top game stage. I didn't really have an issue. They came from this side, so I didn't have any. Where this one? I didn't have like any fences here either. Oh, here one is. So even with the max game stage and 8 concurrent ones, the base did well. They didn't really clear very much. One eye, however. Hey Pierre! Welcome, welcome! It's very early morning here, I guess, at midnight 0037. But when I pumped up the concurrent zombies to 16, that's when the troubles started. Because 16 is, at least without a lot more preparation, is a lot more than I can comfortably kill while also repairing. So eventually, about halfway through, they broke through at the corridor right here below here, and they started swarming in. And the funny thing I noticed here is that normally if you place, I did. You mean your video, Pierre? Did you post one of your own, or are you talking about mine? So I did one on this base with 16 concurrent and max game stage. And 16 was too much without preparing wall, because they broke through here, and it wouldn't have been so bad, except that, when you normally place the ladder on the second, the zombies can't actually get up. However, if you notice here, right, they were able to step up on this electric fence and actually could get up. So I was standing up here. Trying to clear them, and I started seeing zombies just swarming up here, which was very, very bad. I had to fall back and kill them and then take out the top ladder, right? But because I have more, you see, I have the same thing here and I have the same thing here, etc. There was no easy way for me to clear them out, so I basically pulled back into here, and I fought the rest of the horde from behind the sort of the inner sanctum. And then of course I had the shotgun turrets to help me clear out. So I managed to survive. And once I was back here and I had the help of these 3 shotgun turrets, there was no major issue, because between the defenses here, the shotgun turrets, and me fighting, the zombies really didn't have any real chance of breaking through. Now, of course, they did damage to the doors, and they destroyed a couple of the doors, but those are more just delayed rather than to defend. And then, they couldn't get through the steel here. So even with 16, this base worked pretty well. I mean, they will break through, obviously, but at least the inner side was very safe. And that's at the top level game stage. So that's a big difference. So no, Pierre, so I didn't check out yours with 16. So if you put that one, then no, I didn't have a chance to check that out. I didn't actually even know that you had posted that one. Let's see here, food, steel shovel, spike club, nope. Running shoes, good shades. Actually, running shoes and these ones. Looks like something I want to have up in my closet. Yes. These ones we can scrap. a bandana here? Yep, obviously we don't have any. This one we get rid of. We need to get some better ones of these ones. And the treasure map. Let's put that in here. Let's see, do I have any cash there? Ooh, I do have actually. So this base worked surprisingly well. Do I have any shades there? Maybe not. I didn't think it was going to work that well, but it actually went very well. And I'm going to do a few upgrades this time. And I was actually... Hey, this one is not going there. I was sort of doing that a little bit off cam before the horde came. Okay, Pierre, can you do me a favor? Are you on YouTube? Okay. Replied. Okay. Put that in. And I'll have a look at it. Not the base design. Well, it is a lot harder with the 16 compared to 8 because they do have a tendency to overwhelm. So that makes a difference. Did I take out these ones? Oh, I did, I guess. Yep, you need to spread them out. You need to delay them, you need to spread them out. So, fences work. Welcome back, Krishna. Fences, electric fences are good for delaying. And that's what I'm going to do here. And let me see if I can pick up the things I was looking for. So I need this one, I need this one. This one. What else do I need? Maybe that was all. Poles. I need poles. Alright. I think that should be it actually. Anything else? Nah, let's start with that. Oh, I know I do need a concrete. Give me some concrete. That's not enough. Sure, I have tons of concrete around. Yep. Let's see how old these ones need filling up. Never forget to stock up your things. I'm going to be expanding my defenses. Right, so this one. Alright, we can do this one. And this one is good. Well, it's barely weakened, but yeah, I guess that's considered lucky. Alright. Arrow slit. Concrete. This one is. I need to. Let's see here. Let me think. There's going to be a bit of an issue to get the power out there. Hey, Liv! Welcome, welcome. You tried to contact me on Twitter? What do you mean you tried to contact me on Twitter? And how can you get static on Twitter? Tell me what you're trying to do, Coleman. Explain yourself. How do you get static on Twitter? I've never gotten static on Twitter. Alright, so I want to pull the power from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Food and cheese. Oh, I love. Lev is live from the car. Oh, you're out driving. So I'm gonna need to pull power out here. So this one looks like a good one actually. This one. But I want this one. Oh no, I did not want this one probably. Come to think of it. 4G. Ah, got it. Alright, so let's see if I can do. That's not what I want. Alright, so that was kind of dumb. Oh, frame. Let me get a frame. Oh, I have... No, what? Why don't I have a frame? Give me my wooden frame! Ooh, was that a frame there? Yes, there is. You don't know who Nightbot is? Are you sure you don't know who Nightbot is? He's such a cool guy. I need a relay. Relay, that's what I needed. Let me up. Let me up. Alright, so I need a relay. Oh, it's getting dark. Relay. And this one, yes. Let's close this one for the moment. Nightbot is a very nice guy. No, your evil twin? Alright, so he's not a really nice guy then. Alright, so we're gonna put that up here. And see here. Why is this one? Oh, okay. So we're gonna pull this one down to here. And then we're gonna pull this one to here. And why am I doing this, you might ask? Well, it's because I'm trying to get the power outside. So, ooh, I wonder how I can get that. It's a bit of a problem, possibly. Let me try. Now I'm trying to get power outside of the base. Not outside, well, outside of the main perimeter here. I'm gonna need to put it probably around here. Yep. I want to put power. Oh, that's not what I really wanted, but I guess that is what it was. And okay, wire relay and hatch. Scrap hatch. Let's do 5 of them. And now we get to the little bit of tricky bit. So I need to get, yeah, lid fell off. I blame you. Ooh, I'm so close to falling off. And I can't place this here. If I fall down there, I'm going to be like so dead. So I'm trying to reach the thing I just put there. Oh, what a pain. Right. Oh, and this is a double one. Oh no. Alright, get out of here. Help, help. Alright. That didn't quite work the way I wanted. Oh. Not quite as expected. Let me try from the inside. Alright. Come on, give me the power. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Ah, there we go. Phew. So a little bit of pain, but we did it. It's gonna go there. All right. So. So Piers, you managed to get it work to get the nitrate? Good. Yep. It really helps a lot to find it that way. Where I get a better rate of return. Sorry, I might have missed something here. So let me scroll back a little bit. I can craft those on this person. That's true. All right. What do you mean better return? Oh, you mean of when people support? Patron for sure. Twitch basically gives me about 30% of what people put in. So if you put in $10 on Twitch, I get $3. Not a very good return. If you put in $10 on Patreon, I get about $9. So it's a huge difference between how it's being handled. And it's because of... can I copy this one? Yes. It's because of how Twitch handles things. Oh, I don't want to do that. Twitch basically... And let me see if I can get the power here without looking like crap. Yes, it's nicely hidden, just like I wanted. So for Twitch, basically, if you subscribe for, let's say the $10 one, just to make it easier. I only needed one section. I don't need this one. Okay. $10 on Twitch. Twitch takes 5. Then the US government takes 30% of the 5. So obviously... it doesn't leave that much. So the US government takes another 2. So I literally get like $3. Okay, so the idea here is that lies. Why would I lie? So yep, so this is what I want. I want to be able to hide this one so that it doesn't get destroyed. No, that's how it works, Lev. Unfortunately. Twitch takes 50% immediately. That's the problem. And then because Singapore does not have a double taxation agreement with the US, there's an extra. I just take your blood. I don't take anything else. Can I upgrade this one? I think I can, right? If I have a... Oh no, did I get rid of that one? Did I seriously get rid of my... Oh no, I have this one. Okay, so Singapore and the US doesn't have a double taxation agreement. So, yep. Hey, which one was? Oh, it's this one. Okay. So US government takes an extra 30 withholding tax. And then we get to the fun part. I also end up paying Singapore income tax on it. And that's the reason why you want to have the double taxation agreements. But US doesn't like to have that. Yes, Coleman. And then I get taxed by Singapore. Great, right? So, can I get anyone in here to test out? Oh, maybe not. Oh, that's just sure I'll be alright. So, yep, it's the extra. Right. Yes, you guys are going to make... No, you guys are probably not going to make it anyway. He might, but he's going to destroy all these spikes, so... I think creators use Twitch because it's easy for people to subscribe. But again, it's sort of like if you really want to support someone... They get a lot more benefit from you support. Oh, look at this. Hunting knife, not so interesting, but it also had a very high level machete. Nice. Oh, and he almost made it. Let's eat this one. I mean, not the fatty, but I mean to eat the food, the cat food. That's too bad. I hope they would scream instead of dream. So how does a Singapore... Okay, anyway, so before I go into that, Coleman, so the basic aim is that I'm trying to use this one to funnel the zombies to where I want them to be. And it's not perfect, but it means that they tend... Ouch. They tend to go this direction. They tend to avoid stopping here. And then they'll go over here. But what I was trying to do then is to go, well, and let me upgrade these ones because they're going to be around here. To at least, right, good. And rotting flesh, don't care. So that they, even though they end up coming this way, that I have some way of slowing them down. So that's what these fences are for. Because ultimately when you have the hordes, you want to slow them down. You want to delay them coming in. Because they are going to end up pooling here. But if you can just delay them a little bit here, it means that the pressure of the front line is eased considerably, because then the dart traps and electric fences and blades, whatever, can take out zombies before they sort of end up in groups. And it also means that if they're stunned here and you get like cops and everything, you can headshot them a lot easier. So that's really what I'm trying to do here. This looks a little bit ugly, unfortunately. The problem is that you need some way to protect. And let me... You need some way to protect here. You really have to protect the fences and everything, right? So I figured, let me try this out and see if I put it and how that works. So Coleman, so Singapore tax system, it's pretty... I'm not going to say standard, but it's similar to, you know, most other tax system, in that higher income gives higher tax, but there are two parts to it. And make sure I get it exactly the same as this one. So 1, 2, 3. All right, because I need this one, right? So I need to take out 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Okay. You have, and let me drop the volume because I'm going to auger here. Next horde is day 63, I think. Yes, 63. Day 63. And this one we can get rid of. You having great bandwidth? Good. Is it in a good location, Lev? So Singapore system, so you have the usual tax, below 30,000, well, below 20,000 US dollars, there's basically no tax, except for your pension tax, which is not really tax because it goes into your own money, well, your own account kind of thing. So it's divided into probably, well, if you earn 20,000 a year, recipes. If you earn 20,000 a year, let's take this per month because it's a little bit easier to illustrate. Your road driving home and you're watching your phone, that's very, very bad. That's terrible. Terrible, terrible. You are having a very bad influence of things. So the Singapore system is, let's say on a salary of 2,000 US dollars a month, you end up taxing, but taxation is basically after the fact. So it gets consolidated at the end of the year, and probably around March the following year, it gets calculated how much tax you owe, and then you pay that over basically another year. So you have a lot of time to pay tax. So that's your income tax. If it's too low, then you basically pay no income tax. If it's higher, it goes up to, I think, maximum of 25%. Don't crash, Lev. Yes, Lev, don't crash. Beyond that, you also have deductions from your salary that goes into your pension system. Well, that helps, Lev. So you have deductions that goes into your pension system, and that's about, I think right now it's about 20%. So 20% of your salary, I mean, there's a certain level that it stops counting, which is about 4,000 US dollars. Anything below 4,000, they deduct 20% that goes into your pension account. And that's your retirement account, basically, where it's in your name, it's in your number, you know exactly how much money you have, right? In addition, the company that you're working for also pays right now something like 17%. See you, Krishna. The company also pays an extra 17% into that retirement account. So it ends up being a fair bit. So in effect, right, because you have to pay for your retirement out of your salary, it gets into the account. The actual income tax seems lower, but you have to count that extra 20%, right? So let's say on a salary of, ooh, it gets real dark. On a salary of, what am I doing here? I need to take down these ones as well. On a salary of $2,000, you might not have any income tax, but you will be having retirement sum, which has to be set aside, which is, you know, like I just mentioned, about 20%. But since it goes into your own account, you know, at least you know it's there. And you can see it. I mean, you can log in to the government website and you can see how much money you have there. And the government of Singapore uses that money to invest. So they give you a return of about 4%. Hey, Panther Gaming, welcome, welcome. And I need to take out this one as well. Let's do this one faster than switching. Right. And what's I doing here? 1, 2, and then third. Okay. So at 2,000 US dollars, your retirement deduction is 20%. If your salary is higher, of course, your income tax also gets put into play. So the income tax as such is pretty low. But of course, if you add the retirement set aside, you know, it takes a bigger chunk out of your salary. Yeah, and the good thing about the Singapore system as well is that your retirement fund account can also be used to pay for things like your housing loan and buying a house. So you can take a certain amount of your retirement account to buy a house and pay off your loan, or you know, the deposit and everything, which again is also helpful because the idea is that, you know, owning your own house is beneficial even for retirement purposes, because it means that once you've paid it off, you obviously don't have to pay paying the bank loans and everything. So that's also helpful. So you might set aside let me see if it counts. No, it's not taxed once it's when you pull it out. So when you go retire in Singapore, which is like, you can start withdrawing some of the funds. You know, there's certain levels that you have to maintain everything. You have to make sure that you are buying an annuity, or that you have enough money set aside, etc., etc. But in general, it's not taxed. So the money, you know, whatever ends up in the account, when you withdraw it, and obviously, you know, a lot of people buy annuities and things, it's not going to be taxed. So that's also very helpful. But anyway, so let's say you put money in your retirement account, there's 20% that gets deducted from your salary. So let's say out of $2,000, that's let's see, $2,000 to 1/5, though it's like $400, right? And you can use those $400 to pay off your housing loan. So in effect, right, you are not paying your housing loan with cash necessarily. You are paying it with your retirement account. So so from that perspective, yes, it goes into your retirement account, but since you can use that for other things, it's not so bad. You want your song? Yes. I've been trying to get my daughter to sing. I have a couple of recordings of songs though that I've got, but I want to put that in a video. But Lev, I already sent you one song on Discord, right? So you have actually heard her sing once. But yes, I got her to sing another time. I just need to put that in a video as well. But it will be done. It shall be done. A promise is a promise. Hey, oh, I need to take out these ones as well, right? 1, 2, yep. A whip can be... yeah. Hey, how long do you think I will last if I start whipping my daughter? Or even threatening her with a whip? You know, my family would... they would gladly utilize that whip on my butt. If they found out I'm threatening my daughter with a whip. You mean you didn't get anything? Remember I sent you a Discord? Oh, didn't you hear it that time? I thought you heard it. You even mentioned, you even replied it. I'm sure I can go back and pull that log from Discord. I sent you the MP3 file of her singing. I think it was Twinkle Twinkle. Wow. Are you saying it was too short? Then yes, I can agree. But there was something, right? And let's see, let's do this one correctly before before I close up, so I don't do the wrong thing. Important things here. No, I don't want to save face. My face is so ugly as it is. Nothing to save. Nothing to save. Let's take these ones down, but absolutely there is it's part of the Patreon rewards. Live short with the whip. If there's a whip, I wouldn't be alive very long. What I think of the mods, I think that some of them are really interesting. I mean, one of the things that, you know, people are, if I have enough patrons and subscribers, whatever, that would really want to have a modded server, I don't mind setting one up. I think that they are interesting. There are obviously some challenges with using them. I think that they have a tendency to over, how do I put it? They usually put in mod packs of buildings that are, I think, way too generous. I did try out Starvation back in Alpha 15, and I think it had bandits, right? And it costs, for one, they're like these expert marksmen. You know, they'll come with their pistol and they'll basically headshot you from very far, which is a little bit of a problem. Beyond that, oh, I put this already. Beyond that, let me get the upgrade. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Like I said, some of the POIs that are being used, and again, it's not necessarily the mod pack itself because it's sort of the POI, are very generous. You know, you run into buildings that just have way too much stuff, right? And that's a bit of a problem. Beyond that, I haven't really tried them out that much, so you know, I can't specifically respond to, you know, this. Oh, this one. But I think it's great that people are making the mods. I think that's a wonderful thing. I mean, I think that the more mods, the better. I just wish that okay, this one should be fine. Typing in a car is hard. Don't you have voice recognition, voice dictation? Right, so this one is here and this one is here, right? So I think I like that they do mods, and I hope people that they continue with it, and that they make them better and better. I wish that the game would make it easier to have a lot of different kind of mods, so you sort of have less of a compatibility issue, because I sense that that is still can be a problem. Why is that not working? This one and this one. Old iPhone. All right, that one I can understand being an issue. All right, so we could do the same. Oh, this one is easier to get through though. Much easier. Wow, this one looks so exposed. Yay. Yeah, you definitely should try them out and see if they work. I mean, I tend to, I mean, if you haven't noticed, I tend to do a lot more vanilla stuff than Ruslet. Let's do a few of them. Simply because, you know, I do videos, right? So if I start putting mods in my tutorials, then people will get very confused, and rightly so. So I tend to do a lot more vanilla stuff, but I think it's good that they're having them. And I hope that the game eventually gets sort of stable enough, and that the mod makers can do it in a better way, because they do have some problems here and there. Larger bag. Yes, I wish they did as well. And I know it's one of the things that they're thinking about. The question is whether they're going to put that in. 1, 2, let's make sure I get in the diagonal. The vanilla bag is was nice, and then it was too small. It just, you know, the game has changed so much and added so many, why is this one? Has added so many things that it doesn't feel like it gives you enough space to, let's do this, to do things. Why is, I mean, it used to be that, you know, you didn't have all this electricity stuff, you know, you had auger and everything, but there's a lot of things that you didn't have. You didn't carry around as many things before as you do now. And when you're looting, you didn't have to loot as many things either. But now with all the extra stuff, you know, you run out of space so fast. Both when you're looting, but also when you're building and doing things. Yes. Oh, come on. Yes. That's barely. I'm not sure whether you saw it. It turned red because I was barely within range here. All right, this one done. And this one can be connected. If I do it correctly anyway. This one goes to here, and this one goes to here, and this one goes to here. The standard way of doing things. So Pierre, you should try it out and see if it's something that appeals to you. It might be, it might not be, but at least you've tried it out. I think that when you play the game too much and you sort of feel that, you know, you need something different, I think it's a good way to sort of extend the game. I mean, it's like when I used to play Minecraft a lot, it definitely helped me extend enjoyment of the game, simply because, you know, you feel that you've played enough of the vanilla bit, and you want something slightly different. Let's do copy rotation here. Yep, correct. And let's do upgrade. Getting shot, my man. Sorry, it makes it more different. It makes it more difficult, maybe. So, hey, Perception Overload, welcome to the stream. I agree, and I think it's one of the things that they are considering. I think the question will, however, be whether the crafting will be to our liking, because it's entirely possible that they say, fine. Let's force the player to craft the backpack, and without a backpack you basically just have 2 rows, and then you craft a small backpack, you get 3 rows, a big backpack, you get 4 rows. I mean, they could do that and that would be annoying. What I hope they do is that they by default give you 3, small backpack 4, big backpack give you 5. I think that would be nice. I think something like that would be a good compromise. It would mean that, you know, having a small backpack makes sense. Getting one early on, it would help you, and, you know, later on you can craft a bigger one. Maybe you needs to have, you know, some better materials or whatever, duct tape and more cloth to make a proper big backpack. Maybe you only even need military fabric to make sure it can hold all this extra junk. I think that would be an interesting thing as well. But as long as but if they just give 2 to begin with, I think that would be a problem. So I guess we'll have to see how they would want to implement something like that. All right, so no, I think this one should work. See if this one will. This one is not triggering. Right. Oh, this one is not being powered. Oh, of course, because I didn't actually hook it up. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Let's get in and hook it up. Right, let's do that. You want a large sack of crap. So hopefully they sort of listen to the community, because I think the community has been very clear that, you know, a lot of them really want to have it. Okay, so that's why this one didn't have power. Done. I have to check Patreon. I shall do that in a very short moment. I can pull up actually on my phone and see if there's anything interesting there. If there's anything interesting on my Patreon. Have I been shut down? Coleman has reported me to Patreon. My Patreon has been shut down. Surprise! One extra patron. Oh, and I wish I could check that. I can't even check that. So if that was you, Coleman, thank you very much. That looked like a gamer Vedite has joined the club. So I'll check that out later. Yes. What you should get, oh, you are, actually, I can check in Discord. I can see that there is a gamer Vedite who has joined the club there. Thank you very much. That does help me. Full of crapola. Well, I'm thinking about whether I should give you a snarky comment there. If my Patreon is full of crapola, you know, isn't that the fault of the patrons that are there? You guys are shitting up the place too much. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you very much, Coleman. Welcome. I'll get to adding you to the whitelist, but I have to do that a bit later because that takes a little bit of time. I know Bell and Lev and Jerva and Cap, they're all playing on the server. Not right now. I know Bell is, I think, while watching. So anyway, so now I've hooked this one up here. I mean, I'm going to have to hide this underneath. This is just temporarily. Bad Lev. Is that the evil twin one? So anyway, now this one should be operational. Let's go out and test it just to be very... can I fill this out? Let's fill this out. This is annoying me. That's all right. It's all, you know, all patrons are welcome whenever they feel like joining, whether it's on a, you know, when I'm streaming or when they are in a good mood or when they have time free. You know, it's up to everyone. But thanks for joining, Coleman. Tux as well. Sorry, I got such a bad memory. I got a bad memory. Tax season. Yep. But the good thing about, like I said, about the Singapore tax system is that, okay, let me try this one. Yep, it's working. It's painful, and it stuns me. Do this one not here. Anything else? Yep, this one. No. Is this one already upgraded? I guess it is then. All right. Maybe this one is not upgraded. Oh, maybe this. Oh, it is. Okay, I can see from the inside. So like I said, the good thing about tax in Singapore is that I get assessed on my tax in like March, April, May. And then they'll say, hey, you know, for the previous year, you owe X thousands of dollars. And they say, well, you can either pay it cash, you know, within the next, you know, 30 days, or you can gyro it and we'll just deduct it monthly over the next 10 months. So effectively, by the time I pay my 2017 tax, it's like almost 2019. So it's sort of deferred by a fair bit. All right, so this part is done. This one and this one, and I should be able to pretty easily getting this one. Oh, why did I upgrade that one? All right, but let's do that anyway. Do I have enough for? Yes. I have enough for this one, and let's drop off some things. So how does the tax system in the US work then? How does it work for you guys? This one, and this one, and this one. How does the US tax system work? I've never really been exposed to it. Except, I mean, the only thing I know about the US tax system is that if you're an American working abroad, you're still being slammed by the tax. You still have to pay tax. I'm not sure whether it's federal tax or whatever it is, which is always not so fun to pay. Because I had some colleagues before, I actually still have colleagues who are American citizens and they are paying American taxes. 3, even though they're working in Singapore. And worse than that is that because it's so complicated, they all end up having to engage tax experts or some accountant or whatever in the US to make sure everything ends up being done up properly. And I think that's even more painful. I mean, having to do that is just not so fun. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Do I know this one is fine? And we have this one. And this one goes to down. I'm running through all this gas. I think this improvement to the pole wall will really help during hordes, and it's pretty easy on the power as well. I mean, it's an extra one or let me 1, 2, 3 power draw watt per exit until it gets triggered, and of course then there's an extra bit. 1, 2, 3. That's not too bad. So Coleman, how does the tax system in the US work? How does it work? Is it like just a graduated tax? Do you do a lot of deduction? What's he doing here? Must have been a spike there. Must have been a spike. At least we survived the night. Hopefully. Yep, unless there's a horde coming in, which I don't think so. We survived another night. You're working on it. Yeah, tax is one of those things. I mean, most people, well, I would say for me, I don't mind paying tax as long as the tax goes to something that is appropriate. If it's just wasted, then, you know, or squandered by governments, then it's less interesting. It's very common. Singapore has a very simple tax system. I mean, there are some deductions you can make, but it's not a lot. I mean, you can deduct a little bit for your wife if your wife doesn't work. You can deduct a little bit if you have, like, you know, parents that you're supporting and they don't work. You can deduct a little bit if you have, like, handicapped children or something. You can do some deductions for some deductions for like studies if it's above a certain level and things, but in general, not tons. It's very straightforward. Basically, for me to do up my tax documents is basically once I've done it, unless something changes, like you are suddenly supporting your parents or suddenly not supporting them. For me, it's basically I get a notice from the government that says that, hey, if you have nothing to do, if it's the same as last year, then don't worry about it. Everything is already done. And at the same time, they say, well, if something changed that you need to that you want to declare, then you go in and make the amendment. But otherwise, have fun, right? There's nothing to do. So that makes it very simple. Tripwire post there and there, and concrete pole. It's this one. Right there, there. Bit of an dangerous opening here. Let's try to close this one up so we don't get anything rushing in. And same thing here. All right. And this one we don't need. Copy rotation and bam, yes. Plate. This one. So you're counting graduated with more, you make higher. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Okay, so some basic deductions. But I always get this sense that the US tax system was fairly complex. And don't you have to like keep receipts and stuff like that for 7 years, 8 years, whatever it is for IRS in case they audit you as well? Like, I mean, do you make deductions for purchases, stuff like? Because I always had the impression that you have to keep a lot of receipts. So how does it work with all the receipts and stuff like that? I mean, what happens during an audit? I mean, again, I might have a very wrong view it based on, TV and stuff like that, but it's always been suggested, at least if you look in the shows and TVs and movies, whatever, that people end up scrambling to make sure they have all the receipts for their purchases and stuff like that for when they get audited by the IRS. Or maybe that's not quite correct. Don't believe everything that you see on the TV. Don't believe everything you read on the internet either. But believe me when I say it. Ah, okay. So only if so as a private person, you don't have to worry about keeping receipts then. Yeah, because keeping receipts for a lot of years would drive me crazy. We need these ones on top. Yes. Yes. And here. Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. So it's at least it's a reasonable level of receipts. Good thing in Singapore, there's so few deductions that you need to take that it's less of an issue. And usually when people they do deductions for studies and stuff like that, usually studies are going to be like universities and things like that. So there's always going to be an easy way to get a record of what you've studied. And actually, a lot of times people even will go for training that is partially government subsidized, so that makes it even easier. Hatch. Hey Mars QC, welcome. Twitch on phone, so sorry. Instead of work computer. So Mars, you normally watch on the work computer, but now you switch to the phone. Sneaky, very sneaky. I approve. I fully approve of this kind of sneakiness. Hey Jekyll and Hyde, welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. We're doing some home improvement, well, some base improvement. Let's see, this one should be. Oh, you're Pierre. Oh, hi, I wouldn't know. All right, welcome again on Twitch, Pierre. All right, so let's see. We should have that L coming on this, the bottom side. Let's see if I can remember that one. That looks wrong. That looks wrong. Oh, because it was upgraded. But wait, when I do this, copy rotation. Okay, so alright, so that's how you do it. Those are pulled up. Okay. No, go back. On YouTube, you go to your account stuff. Yes, correct. You go to your account things, and if you have a brand account, of course, it gets a little bit more troublesome. Depending on how you tied it, so it's either on your Google account or it's on your the YouTube account. Thank you, Jacqueline. Yeah, so what I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to use the polls to. Let's see if I get this one. Yes. I'm trying to use the poles here to guide the zombies to come this way. And this one goes this way. And it works pretty well. But of course it means that they all get clumped up here. So I'm trying to find out ways that will further delay them. Did I put everything here already? Am I that? I am that scatterbrained. That was embarrassing. Alright, so can I pull it from over there? Probably not. I need to pull it from. I don't think I can do that. It's too far. Oh, I'm dying here. I'm dying. Dying of thirst. Alright, let me put the audio back. Since I did all arguing. Auguring. Eat and drink and be merry. Let's wear this one and let's drink some more. I read that as well, Coleman, about that there was a big tax reform. Not to speak politic stuff, but tax reforms always has winners and losers, and people are happy, people are less than happy. I guess that's always unavoidable. I got full for this one. This one we don't need. That's a lot of stone. I guess it's from all the concrete that I'm burning through, destroying. A lot more than anticipated though. Alright. So this is mostly normal. There's a couple of things that I changed. For one, I normally always increase the hordes. So I do mod the game stages.xml. Just break this through. Like I haven't made that mistake before as well. This is why I need extra hatches. Hold on. Let me. Hatches. So I've increased the game stage by 50%. So if I check game stage. Oh, okay, so this is my basic game stage without increasing it. For the hordes, I always increase the game stage to make. Never mind. I guess I have to wait. So I'm on warrior difficulty. So I've increased the game stage calculation for the hordes only, for the Blood Moon hordes, because otherwise they're too simple. So that's one thing I changed. I've also, what else have I done? I've increased the actual Blood Moon hordes as well to be more difficult. I've modded up the last wave to give like 25 concurrent as opposed to 3, I think it is 2 or 3. So that's one more thing I've done. And we need to get the power from in there. Ooh, that's going to be harder. Last time I could pull it. Can I get? No, that's going to be. And the third thing I've done is that if you saw my modded beasts. Oh, I won't be able to get this here probably. If you saw my modded beasts video, I've also put in the radiated wolves. That's also part of it. Can I get in here? What? So that's a bit painful. So if I get in here, if I take this one here, oh, I can't get up here. No, that's too far. Oh, come on, give me a... I don't want to break. No. Come on, don't break. Don't break. No, it broke. I need a ladder somewhere. Ladder, ladder, ladder. So I put in the radiated beasts as well. So if I'm lucky or unlucky, I'll run across those ones. Alright. But otherwise it's vanilla. Except for those tweaks. And I do those tweaks, you know, probably mostly because I've already done the tutorials of them, so I think that's fair enough. Come on, don't break. Okay. Oh yes, it's like barely. Yes. What Pierre, what game difficulty does? I would refer you to my tutorial on my channel because I have a video that goes through these things. There's in a nutshell, and I don't want to go into all the details, but in a nutshell, your game stage will go up. It does impact your game stage. Your game stage is higher because there is a multiplier depending on which difficulty the game is in. So that is one effect. More, what you notice more though is that you will do less damage to zombies and they will do more damage to you. So if you are on insane difficulty, the zombies will basically do 250% of damage when they hit you. So instead of 20, they'll do 50. And you will do 25% damage to them. So instead of you doing, let's say 100, you're going to do 25. So that basically tilts the balance in favor of the zombies because they will do so much more damage to you and you will do much less to them. So they survive a lot longer. Of course, headshot and stuff like that, you know, still gives the multiplier. I think like for a sniper rifle, I think it's like 7 or 9 or something. No, I believe the experience is the same. I don't think that's multiplied in any fashion. So it makes it harder, but that's one of the reasons why I don't. It makes them harder, but it also makes them a lot more tanky, and that's one of the reasons I don't really like to increase the. Do I have enough for another one? Yeah, I don't like to increase the game difficulty too much because they really get so tanky that it's like not even funny. I mean, having zombies that instead of doing 50 damage to you, they do 125, which means that in 2 hits, unless you got good armor, you're going to be wiped out. And it's like, why would you want to do that? And then at the same time, you're doing much less damage to them. So it just, the tankiness really is a little bit too much, and I don't think that's so. It doesn't make the game so fun, right? Because just tankiness is, I don't think that's the right way of making a game harder. I would rather they change things up a bit, such as let's do more heroes on. Improve the AI or something. Do it in a way that has an impact other than just tankiness. Whether it's making the AI harder, or other things that could play part. Maybe you get harder quests or something. You get less support, or whatever. Maybe you get less money when you sell them at the trader, etc. Things that are just not tankiness. But that's how they do the game right now. It's just pure tankiness, and I think that it's like most games when you're playing them. If mobs just are bullet sponges, it ceases to be that interesting, because it's just bullet sponges. Who cares about pure bullet sponges after all? Let's do this one. Let's do this one. Okay. We need more plates. A concrete plate. Let's do another 15 of them. So I do hope that's something that they work on to just make it more interesting. I'm sure there's a lot of ways to do that, especially when they're putting in NPCs and companions and things. I mean, you could put in, for instance, that insane difficulty. People are going to distrust you more, right? That maybe the companions or the bandits or whatever, that they're going to be more distrustful, which means it takes longer to get them on your side. If there's a different alpha release for game difficulty, you mean? Because the answer is yes. There is a difference. They did rebalance a little bit, because I think that on Alpha 15, I think they didn't have insane, if I'm wrong, or maybe that was 14. So they did rebalance some of those things. Bad Lev is back. Welcome back, Lev. Oh, welcome, Bad Lev. Depending on how you want to look at that. Well, for other things, yes, there's definitely a difference. For even the game difficulty, it does impact differently because of how they rebalance things. Ooh, I'm almost breaking that one. So yes, there's the difference. I mean, a lot of things are similar, but there's a lot of things that change as well. And that's sort of one of the difficulties of trying to figure things out, because even though they do have the release notes for every alpha, there's just a lot of things in there that are not necessarily correct, or they don't really explain it the correct way, or they just omit it. So for instance, the game difficulty change, I don't think there's ever been any release note. I was talking to people on the forums on the 7 Days to Die, and one of the guys, one of the mods, I believe, who had tested it out, I think it was Silent Thunder, if I'm not wrong. He had tested some of those things out on a previous alpha. So he told me what he thought it was going to be, but things had already changed, and no one knew about it. So what's coming next in Alpha 17? Well, they haven't really given that much information. I mean, the main thing of what they have told is really the POIs. They're told that there's a new stag model, but beyond that, they haven't really said very much about what to expect for Alpha 17. I think they're being very cautious so that they don't overpromise things too much, maybe. I mean, I think Madmole has, for this one, been a lot more quiet. Ragdoll Zombies, yeah, Coleman is correct. They did mention that they're going to do Ragdoll Zombies. And I think that's good. I mean, it was very annoying that in Alpha 15 you could drive over zombies and damage them or injure them or kill them. And then in Alpha 16, you basically stop. You know, you whatever you do, you stop, right? And that's a lot less fun. I mean, I can understand that they wanted to, maybe they thought it was do too much, but I'm not really sure whether the change that they put in, meaning removing it, was the best way of handling it. Because I thought it was really fun to just drive over animals or zombies with a minibike previously, but you couldn't do that in Alpha 16, and I think that was a missed opportunity. Because it was fun. Who doesn't like to plow into zombies? But adding in this ragdolling in Alpha 17, I think that will be good. I think that will be really nice. Copy rotation. Bam, bam. Let's get this one here. Yes. That was another annoying thing in Alpha 16. You know, I'm not sure what that happened in the previous, but yeah, you get stuck. Zombie Zerg. Zombie Zerg. Playing too much with StarCraft. But yes, it's so easy. You're driving around now, you get stuck on a small rock or something that you wouldn't expect to get stuck on. And then zombies come and slay you or attack you. And that really should not be happening. But you know, when they fixed that with the ragdolls and everything, you know, it's nice. You know, you drive around and you drive into a zombie and it'll ragdoll and be, you know, thrown away. Even if it doesn't do tons of damage unless you go faster, it's still really cool. And I guess potentially it would open up for them to have like different mods for the car, dictating how much damage it would cost the zombies when you run them over. I mean, you could imagine having just a basic debonnaire on your car to give a certain amount, and then you have a spiked one or something else that would give it additional damage. Stuff like that would be cool, I think. And it would make sense. You know, it's in most zombie movies, for instance. I mean, people drive into zombies, right? Because the car is a lot more powerful than a zombie. Especially if if you have a truck or something, even more so. DAOC? What's DAOC? Put this one. Put it here then. Right. Don't put it there. Put down the fence posts. And maybe that's why I put down these things before, so you can place these plates. Yep. Oh, did I place anything? Oh, of course I did. Of course I put that wrong. Dark Age of Camelot. Never played it. Never played it. Was that a good game? A game you would recommend back then? Alright, let's do this one. You played. Hey Rick Astaya, welcome again. Recognize that name. Welcome to the stream once more. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Alright, so this one is done, and let's alright, I could do that, it's fine. Alright, so now I need to take out this one. Hey AK-47, welcome, welcome, welcome again. Alright, so let's do one more. Two more down actually. This way, and then we have the relay. Yep. Mr. Reply, we're viewing ad. There was an ad? Oh, you mean on Twitch? Yeah, Twitch does have their ads. Alright, this one is fine. This one I can, just in case. Alright. Oh yeah, when you start Twitch, yes. And the partners actually get part of that ad revenue. Affiliates like poor old me, we get nothing. Not that it's a lot. The ads in Twitch is so boring. I mean, it's usually the same. You run into the same ads over and over and over again. And they're not very interesting. Okay, so we have... right. So this part is there. Now we need to bring the power out, and we're gonna... Oh, this one is conveniently located. I think... Yes. Can I get... Oh, I can get up there just by jumping. Alright, so now the trick is to not get beheaded. Oh, yep. Oh, ouch, ouch, ouch. The trick is not to get beheaded like that. No, it's a single player. I didn't start it on the server. Probably a good thing. Probably a good thing. Let's see. Some. So, that is how good this... Am I so cold? Yes, this is how good these ones are. You know, they chop off your head real fast. It's really painful. But anyway, let's do the hook up here. Actually, this one to this one, right? Oh, there's some. Let me get some sound here. Good thing I have spikes here. That would be painful anyway. Hey, SARS team! Welcome, welcome! You can move far around with... Yes, you can move quite far. Running this one on my local server, when I played with like Lev, like one person, it was okay. The problem is that I'm running on only 16 gigabyte, and it's difficult to record. And to stream and play at the same time and have a good frame rate. Plus, I'm running other stuff as well, so I can, keep my Discord and OBS is running, obviously. Restream chat and stuff like that. Makes it a lot harder. I need a better computer, but that's life. Headshot, yes, in your honor. Okay, so now this one should be. Yep. Working, painful. Let's take another painkiller and drink some more. So this one is working. And I didn't test out the other one, right? I should do that. Okay, this one is... Alright, so let's test out the other one. You fell in the cop trap? Well, it means it works very well on players too, right? Yep. All working and all painful. Alright, the upgrading stuff is fine. This one is fine as well. Okay, this one needed some upgrade. Alright. Here we are. Okay, this one. Your message is being checked? What do you mean, Lev? Hey, Athanar. The reason I don't use motion sensors. Why is he here? That's a really far walk for... Oh, I didn't think I got him there. Oh, now he's coming. Now he's pissed off. Motion sensors. You said something to the channel? Sorry, I don't get you, Lev. Who said it was being checked? Was it Nightbot or something? Anyway, so... This one, and this one, and this one. Okay. Motion sensor. Motion sensors has warning the tendency to kill them accidentally. Come on, it's all accidents. Automatic. Oh, you said so? That's really weird. Can you copy into Discord exactly what you, or send me a PM on Discord exactly what you were trying to type that got checked? Because it probably got stuck. I mean, Automod, which is the Twitch one, has some filter probabilities, and they do. And the one I put is like, you know, bad language or racial stuff and stuff like that is filtered out. But sometimes it could be a little bit too aggressive when it comes to doing that. So motion sensors, if I can remember to finish the sentence. Motion sensors can have a big impact on performance of the game. So that's the reason I don't use them. So imagine you put a motion sensor like up here, scanning this whole area. When you get hordes and everything, then it can really impact your FPS. We had that happen on a previous server that I was on. We used motion sensors to activate some things, and it just dropped the frames by quite a lot. Because why I think that happens is because it's scanning an area, and then you have like 10 zombies walking around, and then it has to check these zombies and potentially nearby zombies whether they are within the cone, and then they have to check whether they are, you know, what the motion sensor is set to, etc. And it means that if you're scanning this whole area, it means the electric fences are going to be active even when they're out here. I only want them active when they're walking here, right? So the tripwire works fine. I mean, it means that this one is one wider, but you would still have to do something similar, just as one smaller. So tripwires are good. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that as well for some, but so I'm not really sure whether that's something that depends on the base setup or depends on how it's being used. I'm just, after that happened, because we end up changing things away from motion sensors, I just said, nah, let me not use them for these things, because, you know, I like using the tripwires anyway. Okay, but did you have a lot of zombies walking around in the field of view of the motion sensor all the time? Because maybe that's something that matters. I haven't experimented with exactly how when it would cause the problems. It was just, oh, did I put hatches? Or did I forget hatches? I forgot the hatches, right? Right, hatches. Yes, all the light is good, yes. So one of these I probably have to go back and can I jump down here? I think I can, right? Oof, and I didn't have to break my leg. I'm gonna have to go back and recheck to see what was happening there. Advanced. Yes, Lev. Yes, Lev, I have a not so good PC. My processor and everything is fairly old, to put it lightly. I only have like 16 gig of RAM, which is like the slow 1600 megahertz RAM, well, memory speed as well, so it's not even very fast. So Starsteam, it was I ran slow like me. See, this is the abuse I suffer from. Oh, painful, don't do that. I'm racing the zombies. Now is because I did have a stream with some of the patrons who joined me to fight the zombie horde. So I was trying to see how many can we run without it degrading too much. So I had like 4 of them potentially. 10 times. It seems to be multiplying. So I had a few of them on for the horde, and then it was quite laggy. I think Lev was the only one. Was it Lev or Tux? Was the only one there all the time. Oh, it must have been Lev because he died. He jumped out of the base. I don't really know why, but you know, what can I say? Lev likes to jump out of the base. It's something like he just does stuff for fun. Automod, nice. What were you doing now, Coleman? Are you learning from Lev here and saying bad stuff? Is that how it goes? Everything for science. This one, oh, almost. And this one. I do potentially do that for patrons again, because one of the rewards I'm happy to extend to do as and when. I don't mind having a patron join me for the Horde Night. More than one is probably going to be degrading the performance too much, but having one patron on is probably workable. So what I did then is I started up a local server and ran it that way. And with one, it seems to be acceptable degradation of performance, but more than one, it doesn't look like it. And so we're running out of iron. That is so scary. Slowly of dying. Yes, Athanar, you totally missed it. You totally missed it. How can you do that to me? In a nutshell, people like Lev have been saying that they don't have a lot of problem with it. I was saying that I have had some problem with it, and that's why I don't use it. It's been impacting frame rates. So that's why that's not even mine. Which one is mine? Is that mine? That doesn't look like mine. I thought this was mine. Maybe this was mine. Maybe it was. I think so. Yes, Saros. Become a Vedite. So Athena. So basically, I've had issues in the past on servers with motion sensors scanning areas, and you know when they was fine when there are no zombies, but once you get a lot of zombies, we were having massive problem with FPS. So we removed them, and that's why I'm trying to avoid using them, because unless I really need to, then it's like no point. So that's really why. And if I, oh, no, this one. So okay, let me get some stuff and go to the. Alright, this one is empty. This one is empty. Go and sell some stuff and buy some stuff. And this one. Alright. I think I have some food. What you do, you go to patreon.com/vedui42. You go and join and support there, and there are Nightbot he will eventually post one, but that is the link. You give Lev a bullet in the face. That's always a good way to get on my good side. Alright, so let's get this one. Let's get this one. Alright, let's see if there's anything more I can sell. I think that should be alright. This one potentially? Okay, don't shoot. Don't shoot Lev. He's such a nice guy. He just hates me. What's this mine? That's such a mean thing to do, Coleman. 1942, yes. I'm an old man. I'm 80 years old. I'm very old. I'm born in 1942. No. 42 is the answer to life and everything, whatever, if you've read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So, no, it's not my age. More than the dinosaur. It's not intended to be my age. It's meant to be the answer to life and everything. Three-month-old and a 4-year-old one as well. You know, us old men, we are active very late into life. So 42 is a reference to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. A wonderful book, if you ask me. I think it's a really good book. It's a pity that he died so young, and I think he was like 42 or 43 something, right? Douglas Adams, when he passed away, which was I think a big pity. I mean, I thought it was he did some really good stuff. If you enjoy Mr. Douglas Adams, he did write a couple of books about Dirk Gently, Tea Time for Lost Souls or something, and there was one more that they made into a series, and it's quite a wacky series. I know they're on season 2 now, but I actually thought it was a pretty good series. I thought it was a pretty interesting. They made it pretty interesting. Oh, it's a 47 then, okay. You know, I'm bad at counting. But the series based on it, the Dirk Gently series, I thought it was not too bad. Obviously, they've taken liberties with things. Hello, Bob. Sell. Sell, sell, sell. And yes. Oh, good. Whole man with amazing things. Alright, let's do bam. Let's get these ones as well. Yeah, no. So this is how you get. What's my?
Here. Come again.
This one. My barter is it's 100, so it doesn't matter.
I've been expecting you.
So if you sell 500 of these ones, you get 36,000. Sell. You sell 400, you get almost 36,000. So that's good. It's always good to get money. And then we go to Secret Stash. Oh, I might want that one actually. Yes, we definitely want that one. Because I think that one has a lot better. Hey? 26.
You have a great day now.
H48. Thank you, Wiki. Don't trust everything you read on Wiki. So 5% more concussive. It's not actually that good then. Yes, I like things. We shall get auto lights. All of them. We shall get this. No, maybe not the switches. Mining helmet. Ooh, how good is my mining helmet? That one's pretty good. So, oops. Perk for trader. Well, the things you want to get. No, don't barter. So what you should do when you go and sell things. Go and sell small stuff and sell them individually, like your silver and your gold or whatever, and you just sell all these small stuff individually because that'll help you level up your barter a lot faster. Right, but don't buy it. Never buy these ones that you get. I have 4, I think, 4 solar panels, if I'm not wrong. So never buy this one. Just level, not by selling things, right? That's a lot better. You also want to get Secret Stash. If you want to buy the solar bank, you need to have Secret Stash 3. Solar panels, you only need Secret Stash 2. But, you know, having the panels without the solar bank doesn't really help, right? So you want to buy the Secret Stash. Yep. This one, definitely buy it. You need to chat or what? So always buy this one. It costs a fair bit, and you need to have a high barter, but it's really worthwhile because you get good stuff. So let's see what I can buy here. This one I have all this thing. Oh, I probably want to buy one of these eventually, but not right now. Chainsaw. Ooh, it's these parts though. Auger parts. Auger blade. Let's buy this one. Switch. Oh, I didn't really have a lot of things. That's quite disappointing. Gunpowder. I usually never run out of. Oh, dart traps. Yeah, might as well take that one. Simple lights. Take these ones. Relay. Drawers. No flashlight. Nah. Shotgun shells. Nah, buckshot. Buckshot is good to buy though. But it's just 25, so no. Nothing there. This one had crap. Unfortunately. Not good stuff.
Thanks for shopping here. Come again.
A sniper stock. See if I can. There's another trader. Here. Should I do this one? Yeah, I should do this one, I think. I heard something. Sniper stock. Yes. Sniper stock and a sniper bullet. Oh, he lost his leg on that cactus. That's really funny. So yes, secret stash, get it up, because you really need secret stash 3 to get the good stuff. It really helps you buy nice things. And barter, obviously, get that up as well, so you get more money from selling things. You had a wandering horde in the trader? How could that miss? 3 shots? Those went straight through him, right? No, looting is not a big priority. And I think that's one of the downsides of how they've changed the... I left the door open. Yeah, when I leave it open when I leave the trader, but I always close it when I go inside because that's painful. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, something didn't have a hitbox. So looting, and I think it's a downside of how they've changed the looting system right now, is that once you have your base and you're getting hordes and everything, then it's sort of like, well, what are you looting for? Schematics, you probably have all of them already. Weapons and stuff like that, but you're not going to find a lot of them looting anyway. You mostly need looting early on to, you want to get your like your beakers and things like that, so you can, make your chem station. And I wish the looting was better. I think that they've nerfed the looting way too much. I think they should do something about that, because it used to be like in Alpha 15, you go looting the working stiffs, you go looting... Ooh, what's he doing up in there? You go looting Shotgun Messiah and stuff like that, but it's not much point of doing that. Quality Joe, yeah, that one is pretty good to have. Yeah, I had more use of it in Alpha 15, I think, than I had in Alpha 16, though. Are you talking about the accidental discharge, Lev? I know you. I checked back on the video and you read it right before you accidentally died. Oh, to get military. Yeah, I guess that... Interesting. I must have been here. I must have been here and it never unloaded. That's what you say, Lev.
Everything's for sale, even to an idiot like you.
Thank you very much. He's so kind. Do I get anything nice stuff here? Solar bank? Nah. This one, what a bad military vest. This one is not too bad though. Shotgun turrets, yes. Thank you. Those ones are nice to take. Here, nothing. Sniper schematic, nope. Brush, no. Ooh.
Cha-ching!
Cha-ching, buddy. He always calls me an idiot, and he's not necessarily wrong either. He's not necessarily wrong. He could be right. He could be right. Right. Let's go back here. Ooh, that's closest. He's right. I have hop seeders actually. I still have to do better farm, but I do have an underground farm.
I can stand your smell.
Let corpse on the ground to re-loot them later? I've never seen corpses respawn loot. I don't think so. I'm not gonna say that it doesn't work, but I don't recall that being a thing. Yes, brewing thing is good to have. If you find that the hops book and okay, the tasting room, get this one and get the hop seed. That's always useful. Let me see what else I could get here. Nothing here either. Oh no, not this one either. Anything here? Nope. You could get these ones, but it's like 21,000 to upgrade 25 blocks with an extra 4,000 hit points. No, not my kind of
you
fun.
want a guarantee, huh? Well, maybe you should
Oh,
try
you saw loot
Shamway.
respawn on their cops. That's interesting. I thought they would respawn. Or maybe if they are... Yeah, good question. That sounds cheaty, but interesting. Nothing here. Let's go back. Let's go down to the next one and see if he has any. I want some more solar panels. That would be nice to have. We're going this way. Don't get stuck. We're going to go this way, this way. So that would be an interesting thing if that actually worked consistently. I mean, I wonder if you have to, because I thought that the corpses would eventually despawn. I mean, they got a pretty long time, but I thought eventually they do despawn. So maybe it's when you kill them and then you loot them and then you leave the area, because then the loot spawner might still be ticking, but the despawn timer might not be ticking. Maybe it's something like that. Maybe it's something like that. And let's go through plains here. And I'm so cold. I'm so cold and chilly. Yeah, the game has a fair bit of potential exploits that are possible. I mean, it's like the chair thing, right? Where the wooden chair is not being targeted by zombies at all. Which is... Let's see, is this the... This is not the way. Which is obviously can be a major exploit, because you can make a 100% zombie-proof base by simply having wooden chairs around. And potentially cops could be an issue, but if the cops don't see you, then they don't spit at you. So then you would be safe from them as well. So things like that is a little bit exploitable. Yep, very safe. And put trees in the corners and you are entirely safe, which is really funny. I mean, it's one of those things that I know that there used to be more things that could be exploited before, and I guess they do slowly. Oil shale. Take that. Don't mind if I do. I know they slowly are clearing out those things, but I wish that they would remove them a lot faster than they do, because I know the chair thing has been in there for a fair while apparently. Even though there used to be more similar exploits that they have removed, but that one is still there. Let's get some more nitrate. You can never have too much nitrate. I exploit myself. What? I exploit all of you. Give me your blood. Well, actually, that's what I did for Lev, right? He gave me all of his blood until he almost... Oh no, you did die, right? Lev, didn't you die that time as well? Come to think of it. You might have even died from the blood loss. I thought that was pretty cool. And the sad thing is that no one actually clipped it in Twitch, and I forgot to clip it afterwards. So I didn't have a clip of it, because that would have been really nice. Oh, I think because you did it so many times, and then it does an accumulative wellness drop you kept losing wellness until you died or something. I think it was something like that. Which just goes to show, don't listen to me. I know, but Lev, look at it this way, right? I mean, when we're playing together, you're learning all these things about the game, right? You're learning to... in all honesty, I was hoping that he was going to die from it. I mean, I will admit as much. I wasn't sure whether he knew that you would actually die from the blood loss. But you learned something, right? Yes. Lev always played in creative before. So there's all these funny things that he didn't actually know about, and I might have potentially been abusing his... Ooh, look, I'm on fire. I might have been potentially abusing his trust a little bit. Just a tiny bit. To still do okay. Like the mine thing, right? That I'm sure you all watched, right? Lev-wrenching mines. That was fun too. At least you're learning all these things about the game. It's a learning experience. And it's free of charge. I happily kill you free of charge. Of course, everyone likes to see a sucker die. I mean a very, very kind person. Which incident? Athena, if you check the clips on my channel, and if you click on the clips bit, it'll show you the clips that are there, and if you check to make sure it's all time and not just the last week or whatever, you should be able to get some of them. The one about the blood bag, I didn't clip. I actually forgot about it until afterwards. The video would be on YouTube though. But the actual clip, there's no clip of it. And because Twitch will remove the videos after like, what, 14 days or something. Unfortunately. The landmine was also funny, yes. It was all funny, it was all interesting, all very amusing. Thanks, Atanar. Yes. Ooh. Yes, let's take some of these. Don't mind if I do. Hello. Give me some egg. Delicious egg. Alright, let's see. It should be up here somewhere. Is it up there? I guess it's up there. I bet I don't have space. Let's get rid of this. That was a lot of oil shale actually. So landmine is your favorite?
How about I empty your...
I thought it was funny. I admit I thought it was funny too. So I have this one, climber, don't care. Change that, this one might be nice. I'll take that one. Small engine, don't really care. These ones might be good actually.
No refunds. Deal's done.
Where?
Now beat it,
Ooh.
fucker.
Alright, so
Hey,
the one I have
jackass,
was
can I
better.
lighten that backpack up for you?
I think being cold is the best way. You go into the winter biome and be cold, and that really helps. Do rerun on the blood bags just to get the clip and pretend it never happened. Oh, brass. Oh, but just 10. So little. Anything else here? Anvil? No, nothing. Blueberries. Indeed. This one I need. Chalkboard plates. Faucet. Absolutely need. Trash can. Absolutely need it. Blade traps. Those are good. Bullet tips. Ooh. Might as well take them. Gunpowder. Don't necessarily need them, but there's no harm in taking them. Duct tape, nah. I have a lot of those ones. With the plastic. Ooh. I think I take because I got so much money.
No refunds. Deal's done. Now beat it, fucker.
Why would you curse at me? What have I done? What have I done to deserve that? Let's do a trip to this one. The traders got it, yeah. They are really bad language. Can I get up here? Oh, no. Wearing gear to get minus. Yeah, well, I never. I mean, are you trying to get your wellness up, right? I should take one of these. I guess I never worry about it. And I need to drink. I never really worry about my wellness that much because it seems to just go up. At least it's not an AMD processor. The new patch from Microsoft, if you have a AMD processor, don't update. It causes a blue screen of death. Unfortunately, my mom, her laptop uses an AMD processor. So she was happily trying to use it and updated. You have a Threadripper. Oh. So she was happily letting Windows update it because you don't really have a choice. And then it rebooted and then it crashed. And then it rebooted and then it crashed. So now she's got a laptop and she cannot use it because Microsoft decided to patch the meltdown and all those things. So now she has no computer. Which really sucks for her. They pulled it, yes, but it doesn't help. It doesn't help if you've already been affected by it. And then you go like, oh, I can. How about if I do a rollback to, do a restore? That would work great, except restore is by default not enabled when you install Windows. And do you think a lot of people are going to be going into see what I can put up. I'm going to go into Windows to enable that one if they're not that computer savvy? Probably not. Hey Jackal, hi. Yes, well, there's the companion. Sorry, the trader, not the companion, what I'm talking about. There are the traders. But that's about it. There are a lot of zombies, if you want to count them. Yep. No, you can't get into safe mode either. So basically, I can't roll back to her PC to prior to the installation because there is no restore point because it's not enabled, and you can't use it. So hopefully, I mean, you can get into the command prompt, so it can be fixed. But it requires Microsoft to release a patch that can be run through command prompt.
If you break it, you buy it.
And well, hopefully they do that because that would be really, really annoying. Auger parts. How good is my auger? Oh, I already have a good one, so don't really need that. Sniper rifle. Oh, that's crappy. Minibike seat. No, I can make those ones. Yeah, you can do a clean install, but now she's not running a Threadripper. You can do a clean install, but then you're doing a clean install. That's the problem. Stuff like that is just so annoying. It is annoying. But that's what happens with Microsoft sometimes. I know. So that's also a problem. I mean, potentially they might go like, well, you just Oh, fuse box. I need some of those ones. Everyone needs the fuse box. They might just say, you know, restore to a previous version, and that's it. That's all the fix we're going to give you. That's not impossible that they're going to do that, and that would be painful. So we can drop that. We can drop that. Oil shale. Nah. What else should we buy? Concrete mix? No. Munitions box? I guess we could. What else can we get of interesting? Lights? Nah. I don't mind. But I got so much plastic now anyway. Old sink, 3 of them? Switches? That's 1,000 for nothing. Come on, why don't you have anything interesting? Give me some more interesting
no refunds.
rubbish.
Deal's done. Now beat it,
But
fucker.
nope. Thank you. You don't think that's going to cause me more problems? I have to do a fresh reinstall of everything. What a pain. Not helpful. So hopefully they do come up with a reasonable fix, and I mean, it's I read that Microsoft is blaming AMD for it as well. They're saying that, hey, you guys gave us the wrong specification. Your specification is not correct. It doesn't work the way. Well, it's not just the data. I mean, the data you can do even with a fresh install, right? But as you have to set up all your applications and stuff. So it's not difficult, but it's pretty time consuming. And if you have things that are configured, then you have to do all that. It's just painful. And you shouldn't have to do that just because Microsoft is dumb enough to do something without really properly testing it. But you know, that's how it is. They thought they would be quick to. Can I? They thought they would be quick to release a patch, and then they were very quick to release a patch, and then people are not going to be very happy that they were quick to release a patch. But it was quick, it just didn't work. Let's get some of this for here. Cut shots. You make too much noise. And nothing. At least we got that coal. We got the coal. Not that we particularly necessarily need it, because I got a fair bit of gunpowder. Oh, screamer. Nice. I like screamers. They're fun. So which one of these colors look more like gold to you guys? I don't even know what the graphics card is. Let me check it up after the stream. Let me check it up after the stream. I got... Oh, what the... Oh, it was this one. I saw shader. I'm like, what's this shader all about? I got a good graphics card. That's probably the only good thing I have. Not the gold. It's important. This is very important. Which one looks most like gold? Which one looks like gold? I have a good graphics card. I got a not so good processor. Oh, come here. Oh, they're coming. Yes, sort of. Oh, I wonder if it's because she saw me before. I have a TA, yes, a 1080 Ti. That was my big splurge last year. Last year? Was it last year or the year before? Whenever I bought it. It was the late Christmas present for myself. Bye bye. I need a Threadripper. Isn't the Threadripper the CPU? Link in Discord. I need a new CPU. I need a new microphone. I need a new computer. I need a new streaming computer. Eventually. Slowly, slowly, slowly. I have all this cash and I have nothing to do with it. So let me put it back. Bam, 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 bam. See, no one gets into my secret stash. How's the 1050 Ti? I mean, it's a lap. How is it compared to a 1060? A server CPU? I would like a server CPU. Yes. it would help with the. Actually, probably it's one of those things. You chuck it. Don't people sell things there? Or the 1050 Ti is better than the 1060? Oh, that's interesting. I got a lot of plastic. Yep. See, I didn't have a lot of plastic, and that gives me a lot extra. That's good. Linus, Mr. Linux, sell out tech tips. All right, we got this one. So Lev and Coleman, I think you both don't quite agree with each other there. Apparently. Or do you? Alright, let's do a little bit of cleanup here. Fight! Let's see who wins. Alright, let's take the stuff from this one. Alright, this one is definitely mine. Let's take all this nice juicy stuff. And this one. Aww. That was over so quickly. But it's always a problem on app. Lev works. Lev win. He wins. He pays more on Patreon. No. Yeah, I have this one. I used to use. I had a 780 before, and I got so fed up with that it was. I'm like, I really need to upgrade, and then I'm thinking about what should I get to. I'm like, if I get one piece, what do I really want to get? So then I got a 1080 Ti. And I got a 1080 Ti. And I'm pretty happy with that one. Auger blade. Let me assemble this one. Complete. Especially when you're playing, I mean, let me see now, my FPS right now here is 53, 52, 54. So Lev admitted that, or Alienware. Chainsaw part, right, let me do the chainsaw. Yes, that one, I knew that crappy stuff. Overpriced, yeah. They tend to be. Building it yourselves tend to be the better way of doing it, just more trouble. More trouble, that's why a lot of people don't do it, and then companies pick up the cash. Ooh, turrets, blade traps, yes. Cash register, excellent. Can I get this one? Nope. Why do I have all this rubbish in here? Inspiring gaming laptop? Yeah. I bought actually in the past. I've actually bought Dell stuff. Laptop is okay because, but one of the reasons I bought it was because Jekyll and Hyde is coming out. Oh no! Oh no! You don't need a $5,000 system. Of course you need it. It's important. Concrete mix. That's all. Don't have any more concrete mix. When I bought Dell, it was because the next business day turn off support that they would give, which was helpful. Cement mix. Yes. Am I really that low on cement mix? I know I converted a lot into so I could sell it, but I guess I am. Not that I really need much more concrete. Should be pretty okay. Yeah, and I've had good result with Dell support. I mean, it was nice to have something break, and then you call them, and the next day they show up and at your house and actually do the troubleshooting and change things. Okay, so that's good. Of course, the downside as always is that you don't get the best computer for the price necessarily. But if you're getting something, if you're getting something for work or business or for potentially parents or people who don't care that much, I think it's value for money, because something breaks, you can just have Dell fix it without you having to be involved and be the nice guy and fixing everything. 3,500 euro. Oh, okay, that's pretty pricey. But was it worth it? Was it worth it? That is the big question. As long as not $4,200. That's a fair bit of cash. Yes. Oh, you're still using it. Okay. All right, let's do this one. What else can I get? Oh, I need bullet tips. Bullet. No. I need the casing. Bullet casing. See, that's the problem. You don't have enough brass. Okay. I don't get enough brass. It's also a problem. Also a major problem. I do have some here though. I think that will help a little bit. You need to wrench more cars. Casing. Okay. He got his gamer laptop free. That's pretty nice. Why did he get a gamer laptop free? That sounds like a good deal. We should all have such a good deal. Breaking down doors. Why would break down doors fix the brass problem, Sar? That didn't make... Oh, he said... I guess that's one way of doing it. That's one way of getting something for free. For the door handle. So are you saying that if you break down, is that the wooden door, metal door, or any doors? Do you need to wrench it, or can you just chop it up? Are you sure? Or is that in a modded? Ah, okay. That's a big difference, yes. That is likely a very big difference. I don't think it works like that way. I don't think it works that way in vanilla Minecraft. No, vanilla 7 Days to Die. Unfortunately. Let's get rid of this one. What else? What else can I get rid of here? Need to make more stuff. Yeah, that's what I thought as well, that it doesn't work in vanilla. Unfortunately. It would be nice if it did. It's alright. Drop and give me 50 push-ups. Alright, so now we're getting a little bit here. Let's see if we can get some. How am I on ammunition for... Always need more of this. Always need more of this. Ooh, I need more of this as well. Alright. Times 50. Yes. If you tell me you've done your 50 push-ups, I will trust you. I got faith in humanity. Acer Predator. Is that the X34 Leviathan? The widescreen one? Sort of shotgun. Oh, these are pretty bad. Sort of needs. See, I don't get enough of all the stuff in general. Do I have this one on this one? No. Let me put on assemble. Complete. 21-inch curd, yeah. That one looked quite good actually. I had to overclock my mini bike. What, you shoot it with a grenade launcher or something? Will that overclock it? It would be nice if you could do that. Dial up a little bit. Dial up the fun. Alright, that one. Yucky juice. Yes, very yucky juice. I am very sure. Okay, sing. Right. Give me some more. Let's do cement again. Right. That is okay. Done. Yucky. I like yucca juice. It's very good. Ooh, I have all this. I didn't realize I had all this paper. Nice. Let me make all these shotgun shells then. I thought I was missing that. 1, 2, 3. Right. Let's do that here. Shotgun shell ammo. Yes. Get rid of some more stuff in here. Good. Too much of a good thing. Let's see, I got a lot of bullet tips and stuff like that now, but I don't have enough brass. But I guess I could go wrench cars to do that. But let's get these ones. Let's get this one. Let's make more 7. Good. 1 wood and stars. Are you talking about this one? 1 wood and XM stars. Oh no, basically I was counting to see how much I needed to get the timing right. That's why. 2 MSI Trident 3. So what's the Trident 3? What's the Trident 3? Are you gonna play World of Warcraft? So Trident 3, is that what it is? That a station, a desktop, or is it a laptop? Let's get this one. Let's get this one, and let's do more shotgun shell. Yes, get rid of more of it. And by of course you mean yes to which? As a desktop, okay. It's a women doll. Alright, it's a woman doll. It's a woman doll, nice. So can we like get some more in here? That would be nice. Oh, Nightbot caught you. You've been a bad boy. Now we know. Now we know what you're up to. Actually, we don't need those ones. We've been posting all these links. Yes, he's like, stop posting links. He doesn't like that. Refuel. So, one of the reasons, because I'm using, wear this one because it's so cold, because I'm using all these tripwires. Drop and give me 50. Yes, give me 50 euro. No, just kidding. Because I'm using so many tripwires, I don't have a lot of active power draw, which means it lasts a lot longer, which is nice. Otherwise, you would be like up to like drawing probably about like 1,000 or something. Because I have so many fences and everything out there, blade traps, you know, some turrets and everything would just be pulling so much. But this way it works well. Did I paint it? Oh yeah, I painted it before. Okay. Do I have anything here? Nope, okay. That looks pretty good. Let's look on the roof. I think I had 4 solar panels. 4 solar panels. 5! I had actually 5. So I have a lot more power output than I need, which means it charges up my batteries pretty fast. So I basically have, I think about it. Yeah, I'm only using, I'm only not using it for about 2 hours or something. The rest of the time it is. So that works pretty well. I've used a laptop for gaming, but you know, if you have a bigger screen to connect it to, that's of course a lot better. But you need a pretty beefy one because otherwise, depending on which games, if you're playing 7 Days to Die, you obviously need a lot more beefy computer because it's so inefficient. Not optimized at all. Alright, so I don't have enough of this one. Let me. I need to start bleeding patrons dry again. That's why I need the patrons. Come on and give me some of the blood. Very important. Oh, I don't even need bandages, right? I need duct tape. Okay. First aid kit. Grain alcohol. First aid. Oh, I do need bandage. Okay. It's the bandage you need and not these ones. Alright, alright. Wow, that's really fast. So let me check on Discord. Let me post in. So this is the one I think that he posted, one of them, and the second one is something like this. Alright, let me go back to the game. So making the first aid kit is actually really fast. It's like 1 second each. Does the link work? Maybe. I don't even know if the links work. They look truncated a bit. Anyway, what else do we have here? We need more food. Need to eat. Need to heal. Oh, am I out of? I do have. I need to do something about my farm situation as well because it's too small to sustain me. Ooh, there's a lot of food though. Okay, they work. Okay, good. Baby back ribs. Wow, that sounds delicious. Thanks for joining, Lev. Don't get grease all over the phone. Don't get greasy. Give me some more drinks. Happy meal. Oh, you're not going away. What a good thing. Let's see. Ooh, we have all these bones. Do we have more bones here? Nope. That's a good thing. Don't type with greasy. Alright, let's see here. This one's out and let's get up to 9 and 30. Oh, that's too much. 9 and 30, okay. This is why you need to chop all the ooh, more bones. Yes, okay. Pizza Friday. Delicious. You need iron leg? I do that as well. I was actually just doing some recording for the next week's video, and I kept breaking my leg. So I was speeding up some of the video footage just to not bore people too much, and I kept breaking my leg. How many of you are from the North America would be a nice thing to know. Bow legs. Oh, South Africa, nice. That's cool. Oh, even more of this one. So I need, let's see, do I have more of this one? Oh yes, I have. Wales. Ooh. US. I know Coleman is from US. He's been around so many times. And Lev, yes. Lev is from Canada. Extra 5 yes. Franco can in Quebec. Yes, I remember you mentioned that. Pierre. Canadian from Toronto, but no longer in Toronto. Right, Lev? Ton of snow. It's actually very cold in Singapore today. A lot of people have been complaining that it's very cold. It's a whole 23 degrees and a lot of people are really complaining. My wife went down to buy some food for dinner, and she mentioned that the people in the food court and everything, they were saying, or the people working there were saying that it was so cold that they had a lot less people coming to buy food because people are staying at home. So that's what happens. Yes, 23 Celsius. And people think it's really cold. So it's all based on perspective, I suppose. Minus 30? No, we don't got minus 30 here. If we got minus 30, you'd have 5 million deaths here. There would be no way for people to heat up. Hey, Perception Overload, you're also from Quebec. Oh, nice. So a lot of Canadians then. A lot of Canadians. Doing this one here. Okay. A lot of people here. So do we have any people from Europe? Do we have any people from Europe? It's 7 degrees, I guess, Fahrenheit. Your uncle lives in Cayman Islands, 21, and he wears a sweater. Well, you see the same thing in Singapore, actually. Once it gets down to 23, people start putting on jackets and stuff. And I always found that very amusing because I go like 23. It's, that's still a pretty warm Swedish summer, and people are starting to wear jackets. So it's all up to perception. So I wanted to see these ones, but I guess I'm gonna have to expand it next time and see how they work. It looks a little bit ugly, a little bit blocky, but it's hard to avoid. Yeah, I guess it's same as Singapore. 31 around here might even be a little bit warmer than Singapore. I know, I know it's west of England, west part, well, southwest part of United Kingdom, depending on how you look at it. Yes, I know. After Brexit, they're not going to be part of Europe, right? Isn't that what people are saying? UK will no longer be part of Europe because you're leaving the European Union. What a thing to say. What a thing to say. All right. So, does that look really ugly and boxy? I think it looks a little bit ugly and a little bit boxy. I wish there was a nicer way to make that look, but I mean, you could skip having all the cover, but then things will just be taken out so much faster, which is maybe not quite desirable. Let me repair this one. Repair. So it's just one of those things. And my bike is... Yes. I need to do something about these other bikes, but we can do that another time. So let me show my farm, since it's nighttime anyway. For those of you who might not have seen it. Yes, it's 3 AM. So I'm going to do some farming, and then I'm going to start closing down. So this is where I, while I was building the base, I started down here. That's why there's still some stuff down here. I know what you mean. Politics is not my favorite thing either. Oh, and I forgot to plant there. That's quite a newbie mistake. So this is my underground farm, which works pretty well. It's just a little bit small. And these ones, oh, these have grown. Two, right. So how do these ones work? Well, I have bulletproof glass all the way up at the surface, and I have like a few. This one. What else do I have? I have one here as well, and one here. So I have some of these holes, so that helps to keep some of this. I do need to expand it more. I need to dig more shafts up to the surface. But it works pretty well in general. Corn seed. Oh, hey. Oh, no wonder I couldn't place there, because I had a stupid torch in the way. I never thought about that. Where can we? If I wanted to live somewhere, where would I live? I would live here. Okay, maybe not exactly there. Maybe more like there. All right. I know, isn't that nice? So potato. So I like underground farms. It's just I don't need so much food anymore. I mean, I don't need the cornmeal for fuel, because I get so much fuel from let's see this one. Nope. I get so much fuel from the oil shale that I've dug up. So eventually you get to the point where you don't really need a lot of it. I know what you mean. I wish I missed the winters as well, to be off during the winters. I don't miss the winter when you have to really go out in it, which you often have to. Let's see. Come on. Give it to me. Right. Is there something there? No. Goldenrod recipes, goldenrod seed. 10. Recipe, chrysanthemum seed, 10. And I don't think I have any more. No. So that's another improvement I have to make. Oh yeah, I think this one. So this one is red because this one is too far away. So I need to dig another shaft here somewhere. That's why. So it's red because the light is too far away. So the game says cannot plant. No planting here, you loser. And these ones all full. And these ones, well, I guess I could put the mushrooms, but then I have to make mushroom seed. It was troublesome. Let's put this one down. Seed. 100 times 15? Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a nice big farm. So this is where my old place used to go up, and this is where my new place goes up. And that's a lot faster. And now we're up. Now we're up here, and I can drop off all the rubbish. Bam. I have a lot of corn, for instance. Potatoes, fair bit of them as well. Hops, flowers, some of it. Need more of these ones, pretty much. Cotton potentially. Coffee beans I don't really use that much. Oh, now, of course, way too. Right. Let's drink. Your parents took him to Europe. They kidnapped him away from, as parents should be doing. He got stuck in Europe. They refused to let him leave. They said, you have been a good boy and we are keeping you here. And that was the end of Lev. No more leaving. I know these ones are done. Nothing here. I wanted to, oh yeah, I wanted to get some this here. How much does that take? Fertilizer. 10 of them. Dirt. Let me get some dirt. They revoked his visa. They revoked his Canadian visa, yeah. Oh no. Rotting flesh. Yes, I have everything. Oh, it's wrong thing. Wrong thing. This one. 10. Yes. Actually, how much was that? Alright, that's not too bad. Couple of hundred. I can survive. Don't need all that much anyway. This gives me more. I'm sure Canada would let you back either way. Usually that's one of those things they have no choice to. We have a lot of this, we have a lot of steel, a lot of running out of iron, so we can turn this off. Don't need that one, and this one off, and this one can be cement. So next time I'm probably gonna go and dig some iron off cam. Come on, give me a horde. No, nothing. So one of these days I'm gonna have to paint the outside. Paint it all golden. It's all gonna be golden. Like this one. No, it's not. Maybe golden stripes. Golden and black. Like a bumblebee. And can anyone guess what this one is? Except pink. What is this one? For you, those of you who were there. What is this one? What is here? It's a quick check to see if people have been watching this stream before. I know Lev knows what it is. No, the front has something else on it. Gas can? No, it's not a gas can. Lev, do you want to tell them what happened now? Lev accidentally fell down into the spikes. It was, talk about being klutzy, right? I mean, it was before I had these ones, and he was like standing here, and then he just like fell down, and then he's like slowly making his way out, and he expired. Yes, he is actually his accidental death. Yeah, I know, it's so sad, right? You want to raid my base? Come on. I'm gonna. Actual base raiding is a lot easier when to raid. Actually, the hardest way to raid a base if someone is simply hiding inside their base and not showing their face. If they're showing their face, it's much easier for someone out there to kill me than for. Yes, it's a tombstone. Shall we go have a look? Oh. Yes. Come on. No. Can I don't think I can lure them in. Nope. Let's see what they do. Probably just die. Yep, they all die. Yep. They die and ruin my spikes. And make me miss. which is even worse. Alright, so let's go have a look. I know. They should be walking where I want them to walk. How am I to put back destroyed spike that spread out? What do you mean? Put back a destroyed spike that I spread out. So anyway, so yes, it's a tombstone that I managed to paint on this. Well, I didn't paint it on the side, but because the orientation of the paint depends on the orientation of the block, and I rotated the block once too many. You can't see it for the normal painting stuff, but if it has something written on it, of course you can. So it's a rip Lev. It's in loving memory of Mad Bull. Lev is almost the same as Mad Bull. I mean, he's both dead. They have that in common. I have to let the spikes expire a bit so I can get a horde in to test it out. So I got a horde, but not quite the horde I wanted, unfortunately. Okay. Well, usually what happens, I mean, if you notice here, right, these ones, it's easy to place from the inside, right? These ones are placed from the outside. You see the same thing here. Here, actually, because the last time they came this side, so they wiped out all the spikes. So I basically just placed them, and then moved my way in. So that's pretty easy. I need to place more here, though. Last time they wiped out here, so I actually could rebuild and put concrete and everything underneath. Not all of it, though. There's still some left here, and this I might have to take myself at some point, but I could do a lot of it. So that helps. But anyway, it is getting to be a little bit too late here. It's 3 a.m. Actually 3 a.m. and 12 minutes. 3:12, my clock says. So I do need to start winding this down. I probably will be streaming tomorrow. Time and stuff like that, I'm not sure, but it'll probably be the similar timing. And I should be on the multiplayer patron subserver with whoever of the patrons are around. Whether usually I'll see Lev and Cap and Jerva times Ninja and the team and Bell. So if they're around, then I'll be seeing them as well. And of course, the new patron, Mr. Coleman, I'll get you added as well. 1 hour left. You are not lucky. So I'll be on that server tomorrow, unless it's totally dead, in which case I'll go and raid someone. No, I won't do that. I'm too nice. I would never. Oh, Bell, see, Bell is here as well, making an appearance in the chat. So I'll be joining them tomorrow, and you can hear them curse me in the Discord. That's always fun. So we'll be doing some of that tomorrow as well. 8 to 11 p.m. AST. Good question. I mean, we do have Jerva. Is Bell, are you around 8 to 11 p.m. EST? I know some of the people in Europe are online pretty late. I know Jerva, who is in the US. He's on US time zones, of course. Right now, there's, 6 of us? Or is it 7? 6 of us, I think. So it's getting better and better. Obviously, people tend to play a little bit less during work days and evenings and more on weekends, because obviously people are off from work. That's always helpful. I mean, that goes for me as well. I tend to not have a lot of time during the weekdays to do it, but weekends is a little bit more interesting and easy to do. And this one is so noisy. 2 p.m. at the moment. So you have the whole day ahead of you. Wait, you had 1 hour left of your workday? You mean you get off at 3 p.m.? That sounds really nice. Is that my bedroll? No, it can't be. Oh, it must have been my old one. Oh no, this is Lev's bedroll. Or maybe it's Tux's. Someone put a bedroll in my place. I think it was one of the multiplayer who came online. Let's see, there's nothing to shoot. And it's very cold. Right, Friday. Yes, it's Saturday here. Friday 3, so it's 13 hours difference then, yeah. If my calculation is correct. And for those of you who saw my wooden chair video, actually what I did, and actually people might have seen it in the background, I took a copy of this world and I did the testing over there, and then I put back my old copy. Sure, I will have. The reason why I did this is because I needed the trees to grow up so I could actually properly do the testing, and I'm too lazy to leave my single player running for hours, and actually I would need probably like 4 or 5 hours just to let time pass so that the trees would grow up. So instead I basically planted them here and used this world to do the chair and tree video, and that worked pretty well. So if you watch that one closely, you'll see some of the angles. You can actually see the base in the distance. I'm not sure whether anyone actually caught that, but that was a small little tidbit of information. Anyway, so I'm going to end it here, everyone. Thank you all for watching. I'll be in the Discord, just give me a moment. But I appreciate everyone watching and keeping me company here. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow if you guys are tuning in again when I am on the multiplayer server. And if not, next weekend I probably will not be streaming because I'll be traveling and everything. I might stream on Sunday, but I have a lot of traveling the whole week. So depending on how that goes, I might or might not be streaming. And if not, it'll be the following week. But thanks everyone, and good night. Have a good one.